Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kaylee and today's class is a 30-minute power vinyasa. We are going to move through one long flow, which is something that you all love. And this class is a little bit unconventional in the way that we aren't going to put any pressure on our wrists or our hands throughout class. So that means no chaturangas, no vinyasa, and all standing poses for the most part until we get to the end. So if you are craving some sun salutations before this class, you can pause the video, take a couple, and then come back. And you don't need any equipment unless you like a block or a strap. They could definitely be helpful. So it's nice to have them close by if you would like. And there's a Spotify playlist with music for you to flow to if you would like. All right, let's get started. Top of the mat, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Step the feet about hips width. Take a soft bend into the knees. Close the eyes and collect the hands at the heart center. Let the shoulders relax down the back body. Reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Maybe shift the weight forward and back from toes to heels, eventually landing in your center of gravity. Keeping a soft bend in the knees will help to keep the knee joints safe. And for these first few moments, just start to observe what's going on in the body, in the mind, in the breath. Are there lingering thoughts that are trying to take you out of this moment in time? If so, gently let them pass or fade into the background. Not necessarily trying to push them away, but just letting them be. Start to lengthen your inhalation and exhalation. Maybe a few sighs out of the mouth to clear space. Eventually finding Ujjayi breath if that feels right in your body and is in your practice. Breathing in and out through the nose, slight constriction at the back of the throat to make the breath audible. This breath will carry us through this practice. Use it as a tool to link your breath to your movement, to find presence in each moment, to move mindfully and intentionally. Gently release the arms down by the sides. On your next inhale, root into the feet. Sweep the arms up to the sky. You can blink the eyes open and reach the gaze towards the fingertips. On the exhale, fold all the way over the legs. Keep the feet hips width, let the head drop. Take a moment here to sway side to side. Finding a ragdoll, either letting fingertips graze the mat or you can hold opposite elbows. Feel the stretch in the back line of the body. And then gently come through stillness. Release the arms down by the sides, one vertebra at a time. Come all the way up. Head and neck last thing to rise, rounding the spine as you go. Sweep the arms up to the sky, gaze follows. Exhale, hands through the heart, fold over the legs. Again, like that, inhale to rise. Come all the way up. Exhale to fold. Last time, inhale to rise. And exhale to fold. Next, inhale, rise. Pull the left knee into the chest as you go. One-legged Tadasana. Flex the left toes. Use the core to draw the knee towards the belly. Reach the fingers high and root into your right foot. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more big breath in. On the breath out, sit low into chair. Big toes touch as long as that feels okay in your body. If you need to step feet hips width, that's an option as well. Reach the fingers high to the sky as you drop the tailbone low. Send the weight into your heels, breathe in. And breathe out. We'll find a flow like that on your inhale, lift left knee to chest, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, sit low chair. Inhale to lift, press into your right foot. Exhale, sit low chair. Last time through, inhale to lift. Exhale to sink low chair, hold. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, airplane the arms back, lift the heels, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale to reach the fingers high. Exhale, divers, reach back, heels lift. Last time, inhale, chair. Exhale, divers. Inhale, chair, straight back to one-legged Tadasana, left knee into the chest. Exhale, warrior three. Swing the left leg back. Move slow and controlled. Either reach the fingers forward, hands to the heart, or arms down by the sides, depending on the amount of challenge you would like for your body today. Reach the fingers long. Breathe in. Breathe out. Square the hips towards the mat. Tuck the chin gently towards the chest. Think a little bit of up dog in the torso. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slow and controlled. Bend into the right knee, step back, crescent lunge. Reach the fingers up to the sky, big breath in. Big breath out, sink low. Pop the left heel. Take a deep bend into the right knee. Feel the stretch in the left hip flexor. Reach the fingers even higher. Inhale. Exhale, just like that chair shape. Sweep the arms back, flying crescent. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lean forward. Reach the fingers back. Last time through, inhale to lift. Exhale, reach back. This time, interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, puff the heart forward, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold, humble crescent. Take the right shoulder to the right thigh as you reach the arms up overhead. If this is too much on the shoulders today, you can grab a strap or hold opposite elbows. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in and out. Inhale, start to reach the fingers back behind you, flying crescent. On the exhale, try to keep the belly to thigh connection, straighten the right leg, pyramid. You can take fingertips to the mat, or you can take them to the heart center for a little extra balance challenge, whatever you are craving in this moment. Reach the crown of the head towards the toes as you fold over the right leg. Keep the slight bend in the right knee. Left hip forward, right hip back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last breath in and out. On your next inhale, keep the left hand rooted, open to a pyramid twist, right arm to the sky. Option to hover the left fingers for no pressure on the left hand and for a little bit extra core challenge. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist. Inhale. And exhale, feel the stretch in the right glute. Last breath in. And out, can you twist a little bit deeper? Keep the twist. Next inhale, come all the way through your open twisted crescent. Deep bend in the right knee, arms reach long away from each other. Square the hips to the top of the mat. Lift the crown of the head to the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. Maybe gaze follows your right fingertips. Think about rolling your right shoulder back in space. Inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, reverse. Keep the twist. Right hand to left thigh. Left arm by the ear. Gaze can lift to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Roll the back heel down. Keep the deep bend in the right knee. Reach the fingers long away from each other. Shoulders stacked over hips. Press the outside edges of the feet into the mat. Spread the toes wide. Breathe in. And breathe out. Next, inhale, reverse. Right arm lifts towards the back of the mat. Exhale, side angle. Right forearm to the thigh. Left arm by the ear. Roll the chest open. Hanging out here. Keep the bend in the knee as you press it out towards the right. And then think about spiraling the chest towards the sky. Option for a half bind, maybe a full bind. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Finding more depth and space. Little micro adjustments throughout each shape help us to stay engaged. Beautiful. Next, inhale, reverse. Reach the right arm back. On the exhale, half moon, but can you hover the right hand? Maybe you take the fingers to a block if needed. Try to stack the shoulders, stack the hips. Keep a soft bend in your right knee. Think about opening the chest towards the left. Gaze down towards the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe challenge your balance. Lift the gaze up to the sky. Wherever you are, keep rolling open. Beautiful. Next, inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Square the hips as you go. Pull the left knee into the chest. Arms lift to the sky. Exhale, figure 4. Hands to the heart. Sit low, left leg over right. Press the left knee towards the mat. Feel that open, the left glute. Reach the crown of the head to the sky so the chest stays broad. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Last full cycle of breath here. Big breath in. And long breath out. Keep the hands at the heart. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left knee into the chest. Exhale, Shiva squat. Pull the left knee behind the right. Bend deeply. Next, inhale, come back up. Pull the left knee into the chest. Exhale. Sit it low. Shiva squat. Curl the left heel towards the glute. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, dancer. Left hand to left foot. Kick foot into hand as you reach the right arm forward and up. Square the hips. Square the shoulders. Can you find more space in the left side of the heart? Breathe in. And breathe out. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, final time through one-legged Tadasana. Pull the left knee into the chest, both arms lift. On the exhale, flying crescent, slow and controlled. Step it back, toes tuck under. Inhale, low lunge. Drop the left knee, untuck the toes, reach the fingers to the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel the stretch in the chest. First back bend. The sides dancer. Open the heart to the sky. Reach the crown of the head towards the back of the mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more inhale. On the exhale, sweep the arms back behind, just like we've done many times before, half splits. Flex the right toes. If you need to drop the hands for stability, that's an option. Take the heel towards the mat as you reach the crown of the head towards the toes. Think about a long spine here. And notice if your right hip starts to pop up a lot, can you draw it down in line with the left? Soft bend in the right knee as always. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. One more big breath in. And big breath out. Next, inhale, low lunge. Tuck the left toes, reach the fingers high. Exhale, back through flying crescent. Inhale, high crescent, lift up. Exhale, warrior two, open it out. Inhale, straighten the right leg, triangle reverse, reach the right arm back. Exhale, hinge forward, triangle pose. Right hand down either to the shin, the ankle, maybe hover above the mat, maybe you grab a block. Think about stacking shoulders, stacking hips, and spinning the inner thighs away from each other. Again, press into the edges of the feet. Toes are light on the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Next, inhale, star, lift all the way up. Face the left side of the mat, heels in, toes out. Exhale, goddess, hands to the heart center, sit low. Inhale, lift back up through star, reach the fingers high. Exhale, goddess, sit low. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, goddess. Beautiful. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, prasarita, fold over the legs, drop the head. Hands can come down. You could interlace them behind the back. You could take them to the hips. What feels good in this shape for you? Breathe in and breathe out. Again, inhale and exhale. Next, inhale, hands to the hips, come all the way up. On the exhale, turn towards the top of the mat. Reach the fingers up, high crescent one more time. Exhale, step to the top of the mat and fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Feel the difference between the sides. Maybe your right leg feels longer, more open, a little bit warmer. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Next inhale, come all the way up one vertebra at a time. Sweeping the fingers to the sky. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, come up. This time pull right knee into the chest. One-legged Tadasana. Root down through the left foot. Flex the right toes as you draw the knee up in line with the hip. Think about growing taller, lifting the crown to the sky. Keep that soft bend in the right knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Take a deep breath in here. On the exhale, step the right foot next to the left chair. Bend into both knees. Reach the fingers up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's find that flow. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right knee into the chest. Exhale, sit it low, chair. Inhale, one-legged, pull it in. Exhale, sit low, chair. One more time like that. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, sit low, chair, hold. Take the fingers even higher to the sky. Lengthen through the side bodies. Breathe in. Breathe out. Divers, reach the fingers back. Lift the heels off the mat. Inhale, heels down, arms high, chair. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, heels down, arms high. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, heels down, arms high. Exhale, reach back. Next, inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Pull the right knee into the chest. Exhale, fly, warrior three. Shift forward, reach the right leg long, square the hips. Either arms extended, hands at heart, or arms by the sides, depending on what your body needs. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, stay. Inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Last big breath. And exhale, high crescent. Right heel is lifted, drop the hips low, reach the fingers high. Breathe in, square the hips. Breathe out, stay, find your shape. Take a deep breath in, breath out, let's find that flow. Airplane the arms, reach back, hover the torso. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale to reach. Exhale, flying crescent, hold. Interlace the fingers behind if that feels good in your body. Squeeze shoulder blades together. And then fold over your left leg. Left shoulder to the thigh, arms lift overhead. Focus on staying low in the left leg. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Last breath in. And out. Release the fingers, inhale. On the exhale, try to keep the belly to thigh connection, pyramid, drop the hands. Right heel stays lifted, so we're in a more extended pyramid shape. Square the hips, left hip back, right hip forward, and fold over your left leg. Keep that soft bend in the left knee. So the toes wide. Really lift through your right heel. Good, breathe in. And breathe out. Hands can travel to the heart if you want an extra core challenge. Hands to the mat if you want extra hamstring stretch. Beautiful. Inhale to find a halfway lift. Right hand stays rooted or you hover it and open to your twist. Left arm to the sky. Stack left shoulder on top of right. Continue to keep the hips square. So if the right hip lowers way down, can you bring it back up? Reach the crown of the head forward. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, come all the way up, bend into the left knee. Open twisted crescent. Square the hips to the top of the mat once again. And try to open the chest towards the left side. Right heel stays lifted. Can you try to straighten through the right leg as much as you can, keeping a little micro bend in the knee. Left knee is deeply bent. Maybe thigh is parallel to the mat. Reach the fingers long away from each other. Inhale. And exhale. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale to reverse. Reach right arm towards the sky. Left hand down the back leg. Lean the heart back. One full breath in. On the breath out, open out, warrior two. Roll the back heel down. Keep the deep bend in the left knee. Reach the fingers long away from each other. Press into the back edge of the right foot. Hips over shoulders. Gaze over the left fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next, inhale, reverse. Reach left arm back. Exhale, left arm to left thigh. Side angle, right arm by the ear. Open the chest. Roll the right shoulder on top of the left. Continue to press into the feet. Can you take the left knee a little bit lower? Good, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Last breath in. And out. Inhale, reverse. Reach back. On the exhale, half moon. Slow and controlled. Lifting through the right leg. Flex the right toes. Reach the right fingers to the sky. Soft bend in the left knee. Stack the hips. Breathe in. And breathe out. Maybe left fingers hover if you can. My hamstring on my left side is still recovering from a little injury, so it's challenging for me to balance. But you find the expression that works for you. Beautiful. All right, next inhale, we're coming up, one-legged Tadasana. I know a lot of one-legged balance today. Reach the fingers up to the sky, breathe in, breathe out. Figure 4. Flex the right toes as you cross the leg over the thigh. Sit the hips low. Feel that beautiful stretch in your right glute. Keep the chest broad, crown lifted. Sit the weight back into your left heel. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Next, inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Pull the right knee into the chest. Keep the hands at the heart center. On the exhale, Shiva. Right knee behind the left, curl it in. Inhale, right knee back to the chest. Exhale, Shiva. Right knee behind left, curl. Last time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift back up. On the exhale, dancer. Take the right foot in the right hand, reach left fingers to the sky. Square the hips, square the shoulders, kick high. Feel that stretch in your right hip flexor and quad. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Last full cycle of breath here. Big breath in and big breath out. Inhale, one-legged. Pull the right knee back to the chest. Exhale, flying crescent. Slow and controlled, arms reach back. Toes tuck under. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale to drop the right knee. Low lunge. Untuck the right toes. Sit the hips low. Spread the toes wide. Lots of fire in the left glute. Breathe in, breathe out, cactus. Open up through your heart space. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale and exhale. Big breath in. Big breath out. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Take a big breath in to prepare. On the breath out, maybe you can send the arms back, half splits. Eventually, maybe hands come down to the mat if you need a little bit more support. Hips are square, so pop left hip down a little bit if it's lifting up. Reach the crown forward. Fold over the left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Last breath in. And breath out. Next, inhale, reach back up. Low lunge, tuck the right toes. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, windmill all the way out, warrior 2. Exhale to lunge. Inhale, reverse, reach, left arm back. Exhale, triangle pose, left hand down to the shin, the ankle, maybe the ground. Right fingers to the sky. Can you roll the chest open and roll the inner thighs away from each other? Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more cycles of breath here. Last breath in and out. Next, inhale, star, parallel the feet. Exhale, goddess, heels in, toes out, hands to the heart. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend, sit low. Inhale to lift, feels so good in the hips. Exhale. Last time, inhale to lift. Exhale, sit low. Inhale, star, parallel the feet. Exhale, prasarita, fold over the legs. Take an arm bind, maybe hold big toes, what feels good in this shape. Of course, if you would like an inversion, always the option to transition from your prasarita. Listening to your body and what it needs today. Knowing that what it needs in this moment is unique to right now. Meaning it will be different from yesterday, tomorrow, last year, next month. And the reason we come to the mat is to really get to know ourselves in each moment so that we can make decisions and move intentionally according to what we feel right now. If you are in an inversion, come on down. We'll all meet halfway, lift hands to the hips, and come all the way back up to stand. Turn over towards the top of the mat to land the hands and hold. Top of the mat, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, final mountain pose. Lift the fingers to the sky. Exhale, right back down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, just come down to a seat on the mat, however you get there. Let's take a moment in double pigeon to open the hips before we Shavasana. Left leg under, right leg over. So think about stacking through your shins. Right knee draws towards the mat. I like to press my hips down with my hands and then use my hands behind to lean forward with a long spine. Eventually you can walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Continue to press right knee towards the ground. And it doesn't matter how parallel or how far your right knee is towards the mat. What matters is that you're feeling a lot of good stretch in your right hip, right glute. When you're ready, walk yourself back up. Just take the right foot to the outside of the left knee, right hand behind, come on to tended fingertips, left arm to the sky, and then hook your left elbow, find a twist. Maybe reach right arm around your left hip crease. Maybe you can find the bind, left arm underneath the right thigh to meet the right hands behind you, or next to the left hip. Breathe in. Breathe out, maybe look over the right shoulder. And if you don't have the bind, totally okay as well. Wherever you are, lengthen on the inhalation and twist on the exhalation. And then gently release. Switching sides, uncross the legs to take the left over the right. Flex the toes. Again, readjust. Know that this side will feel totally different than the other. Hands can come behind. You can press your hips down. Leaning forward with a long spine, and then eventually walking the hands towards the top of the mat if that feels supportive for you today. When you're ready, walk yourself up. Plant the left foot outside of the right knee. Left hand can come behind, right arm to the sky. And then find your twist, hooking the right elbow. Maybe you stay there or take left hand into the right hip crease. Maybe working the right hand underneath the leg. Wherever you are, sit up tall, focus on a long spine. Maybe gaze follows the left shoulder. And then gently release. Uncross the legs to plant the feet flat on the mat. Reach the fingers forward and lower all the way down. Step the feet in once you arrive. Hands on by the sides. One final shape, bridge pose. Inhale to lift all the way up. Reach the fingers down. Maybe interlace them. Maybe they just press into the mat. Finding a back bend to round out this practice. And gently release, hands to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Come all the way down. You could windshield wiper the knees for a moment, maybe a happy baby. Again, listening to what feels good right here, right now for you. And then eventually making your way to your Shavasana, legs long, arms wide, eyes closed. Feel the body start to get heavy, the breath start to flow in its natural rhythm. If you're feeling resistance to staying in stillness today, I know it is tempting, especially at home when you have the opportunity to just turn the video off without anyone seeing you. If you do feel that resistance, try staying for just a little while and see what happens. Give yourself the permission to be here, to take this time just for you. Take a slow, deep breath in and a slow, deep breath out. Maybe wiggle fingers and toes or find any other movement that's calling your name. Eventually roll to one side or come up to a seat, however feels comfortable for you to get there. Sit up tall, close the eyes down, click the hands at the heart center. Take a moment to notice how you feel. And as always, can you call in a feeling of gratitude? And maybe make your intention to take that feeling into the rest of your day. Let's take a final deep breath together. Biggest breath in. And exhale, sigh, let it go. Draw your hands to the forehead center, maybe bow the chin to the chest. Gently start to flutter the eyes back open. Release the hands on by the sides. Great work. I hope you loved this class, and I would love to hear your thoughts, especially since it was different from my normal classes. If you would like to practice with me more, I do have an app called the Glow Method. There's over 450 classes over there, from vinyasa to bar, yoga sculpt, Pilates, yin, meditation, all of the good things that we love. And I tend to teach a wider variety of classes over there since I am posting double the amount or more every single month than I do here on YouTube. And it also gives me the space to sort of do targeted classes or like this type of class where there is a more focused goal. On YouTube, I tend to just do a more well-rounded practice since that's what everyone really likes and it's the most accessible to the majority. But yeah, I would love for you to check it out. There is a 7-day free trial for all new members, and you can cancel it at any time. So I will leave that link down below in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.